for 2 years, including partnering with C-suite leadership to drive the development of the Employee Resource Group's business impact strategy, which led to the adoption of increasing diversity in clinical studies and implementing brand team community-based partnerships. Married with 2 children and a whole lot of fans, Mike is passionate about mentoring aspiring leaders and coaching emerging talent on topics such as performance, sponsorship, and professional branding. He is a graduate of the United States Naval Academy and served 6 years in the United States Marine Corps. Please welcome and give it up for Mike Edmondson.
Wow. So I get to follow Donnie Simpson and Ted Love, right? What do you do with that? And for Donnie, just to let you know here, my wife wouldn't come, but I bribed her with staying at the Ritz, getting a spa treatment. And Donnie Simpson, that was a closer. True story here. All right. So I'll keep my remarks brief here, but basically, first of all, I'm going to congratulate all the award winners today. I'll tell you, I was at the panel sessions this afternoon. I was just blown away by the quality of Black excellence that I saw in the commitment to healthcare. It was just awesome to me and truly inspiring. So congratulations to all the award winners tonight, for sure. And I'm just humbled to be a part of that crew here, for sure, to be counted amongst them. Just a few words of thanks. First of all, whenever I get on, take any honor here, I always give credit to my Heavenly Father. Okay, He's the one that gives me power to basically be a positive catalyst for change. So to Him goes all the glory. And of course, there, I've got to definitely give credit to my wife, especially at the Reggie recognize his wife here. So my wife, stand up, honey. Stand up. Yeah. My wife, Faye. She is my best friend. She is the wind beneath my wings here and the reason why I do what I do. So thank you, baby. 32 years of marriage, 2 wonderful kids here. Okay, and we're just getting started, and I promise you the best is yet to come. So thanks for all that you're doing. Okay. Also want to give thanks for sure to Amgen, whose mission is to serve patients. Okay, and that's something I know that resonates with everyone in this room here. And we're very passionate about that. And we truly embody that within our company. I want to thank them for giving me the platform, okay, to basically be a positive change agent, okay, and especially a platform to support Black excellence, something I'm very passionate about. And again, I know that resonates with this crowd as well. And I have to recognize, as last year's winner, Ponda would call us, our tribe here. So shout out to the tribe. Give it up here, guys. Here. Okay. Thank you guys here for coming out and supporting me here. You know I love you all here, okay? And we've done a lot, but too much is given, much is required, so still much to do. So I appreciate you guys here, okay? And then of course here I have to just thank Reggie. Not sure where there you are, Reggie here. Again, I've had a chance to kind of watch him just do incredible things here. I've had a chance to watch him and his vision come to fruition. We worked together to basically bring my company Amgen on board here. And again, just to be a part of what you're doing and where we're going here, man, it's exciting. And keep doing what you're doing, brother. Appreciate you here. All right. And then finally, I just want to thank each of you for coming tonight and recognizing all of us honorees here. Okay. We're truly blessed to have you, and your encouragement is so important to us here. So again, individually we can do a few things, but together we can do a lot. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Go right to the middle of the stage. Take that with
Now that's smooth. Wow, it's smooth. All right, our next honoree is the Senior Vice President at U.S. Cardiometabolic Sales, Novo Nordisk, Nigel Morris. All right. Nigel leads the field-facing commercial business for Novo Nordisk diabetes, obesity, and CV portfolio. Her career in healthcare spans over 25 years as a leader in direct patient care, payer access, sales, and marketing strategy. Known for business impact and deep appreciation for the inherent value of people, Nigel has championed leadership, diversity, and inclusion, focusing on the development of others and healthcare disparities as a national executive board member in various employee network groups and nonprofit boards, including Frederick Douglass Family Initiatives. Please welcome Nigel Morris.
Wow, let's groove tonight. That's what happens when you've had dinner and a couple of glasses of wine before we get in here. What a day and what a night. I have to say, I'm so full. I said this earlier, but to be in a room validates so much of what we do every day. What a tremendous blessing to be able to work, to make money, to support your family, doing what you're passionate about. And I know that that's something that joins us all. So I'm so thankful. I want to thank blackdoctor.org, first of all, for bringing us all together and also for the passion for community that they represent. I want to thank my family. I have two families here. My family, my husband, my parents, my sister, but also my Novo Nordisk family. And it's so wonderful to have them in the same place. That doesn't often happen. And so it's a tremendous blessing to be here and celebrate this night with you tonight as well. We're all here because we understand and we embrace the responsibility we have as allies and advocates to help improve health outcomes for some of the most marginalized and vulnerable communities. Growing up, something I heard often was that it takes a village. Whether that sentiment holds true for raising my three wonderful kids, they're men now, or my calling to change the trajectory of human health, it was also always clear to me that the village and the level of support can look very different depending on your ethnicity and your socioeconomic background. That understanding began with personal experiences navigating life as a Black woman, and gained a sense of urgency and fueled my passion for patients over the course of my 25-year career in healthcare. A career that began as a social worker and a clinician and brought me to my current role of leading more than 2,000 Novo Nordisk sales professionals and connecting communities to the diabetes and obesity medicines that they need. As you can all attest to, there's nothing like being immersed in healthcare to open your eyes to the vast disparities that exist across the Black community. And Novo Nordisk's focus on obesity prevention and treatment goes hand in hand with a commitment to addressing barriers to access and care. We're all too aware that Black people are disproportionately impacted by cardiometabolic diseases, in part because of things we talked about earlier today, like shame, blame, and the stigmas around weight, urban food deserts, a lack of disease education, and so many more things that we fight every day. And these barriers are also affected by deeply ingrained cultural influences and historical events that often lead us to hesitating to seek care or questioning that the medical community has our best interests at heart. But now, with more medical knowledge accessible by people every day and Black and brown populations growing rapidly, the urgency is real, and it's real beyond just this room. I think other people are starting to get it as well. We have to meet people where they are. That's what we talked about today in community advocacy, where they are and where they make authentic connections and prioritize the cultural nuances that matter to them to build trust if we are to drive real change on a global scale. And that's what we all want. So I'm humbled and I'm proud to be part of this village in this room and part of the hard work we will continue to put in to establish trust and support in the Black community's journey towards improved health. We have an incredible opportunity ahead. So let's seize every chance for greatness and help change lives, because that's what it's all about. Thanks very much.
Oh, our next honoree is all about impact and transforming communities. Rashad Burgess serves as the Vice President for Advancing Health and Black Equity, leading Gilead, right? I knew I was going to get it wrong. I've been practicing all day, too. That's the sad part. Oh, so you wouldn't think I do this for a living. Anyway, it's part of their strategy to tackle health, equity, and systemic issues of structural racism around the world, with a particular focus on Black communities in the United States. He's held a number of key leadership roles within that company, including executive director for 8. You see how I got around at that time? In that company. Smooth. Leading their community team. As a key member of their leadership team, he contributes to overall strategy for the business unit and is strategic and trusted partner in helping community and sales professionals, as well as those in the larger healthcare industry, make their vision a reality. He's a 3-time President's Club winner, part of their coveted Circle of Excellence. And most recently, he was selected to the inaugural cohort of their Diverse Talent Acceleration Program, one of 13 African-American leaders across the organization to participate in this development course. Mr. Burgess is a graduate of the University of Chicago, where he received a BA in Public Policy and an MA in Social Sciences. Mr. Burgess has dedicated much of his life to the mission of preventing HIV, particularly among people of color, including gay men and other communities impacted by HIV. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rashad Burgess to the stage.
Wow. Such an incredible evening. Let me first say, BDO, Reggie, thank you so much for this honor. I'm deeply humbled to be standing here in such incredible company. You know, every day I'm just out here doing the work. And so I don't think about the opportunity to have recognitions such as this and to be counted amongst the company with so many trailblazers. Many of the people in this very room are my heroes and sheroes. And so I must say thank you. It's a true honor. I'm grateful to work at Gilead. Gilead, that's all right. At Gilead, a company that shows up for Black communities and Black people around the globe. And we're able to do this because of the incredible people who work at Gilead Sciences. So I must say, I share this award with my incredible Advancing Health and Black Equity team at Gilead, as well as our 18,000 colleagues who are working every single day to improve health outcomes and end epidemics that plague our community. You see, we take a holistic approach in advancing health equity through 3 pillars. First, helping to enable access to life-changing medicines in communities around the globe, and especially those that are disproportionately impacted by HIV and cancer. We also delivering scientific innovation to close long-standing gaps in care, and importantly, driving social impact and change to create a more equitable future of health. Every day, I'm surrounded at Gilead by people who are dedicated, empathetic, and brilliant. I could go on and on about how proud I am of the team, but this really isn't about us. This is about the communities and the people who have been impacted by diseases like HIV, like cancer, and who deserve the best access to care and don't always get it. As a Black man, as a Black gay man, as a man of faith, I feel blessed to have made this and to have been called to this work. So I have to also, in addition to acknowledging my incredible Gilead family, I also have the personal village, the village that keeps me going when I step away from the big desk, the offices, that's really an office in my home, and the many, many flights. And there are 2 people here today that mean so much to me personally, and I couldn't be who I am without them. The first is one of my mentors and my cousin, Portia Kibble Smith. Portia, stand up. She said she's a lady that was late in the red dress. But let me tell you, I have to send this. I have to take the time to do this because I never get a chance to do this. When I was a little boy, growing up in the south suburbs, south side of Chicago, and nobody else outside, nobody else in my family had a corporate job. They even worked at factories, worked in government. But it was Portia Kibble Smith who was working at IBM and who was doing recruitment of executives and Black MBA graduates at top schools and recruiting Black executives in Fortune 500 companies. And she would come into town, and it was always a big festival when she came in. And when I graduated from high school, and I was going to be starting University of Chicago, she gave me my first planner, a red Franklin Covey planner. And I hope I have made you proud, because I could not have done it without you believing in me. I'm sorry I had to do that, because she actually was on delayed flights and literally flew in all the way from Kansas City to be here. Also, my incredible husband, Bishop O.C. Allen, who exemplifies Black excellence, Black brilliance, Black love, and Black fatherhood. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's an incredible honor. Let's enjoy the rest of the evening.
Gilead Sciences.
I asked for that pronunciation this morning. They gave it to me. I listened to this 100 times and still got it wrong. Hall of Fame, please. Wow. Anyway, sorry. I'm going to blow it sometimes, so you know that. Our next outstanding individual is hailing originally from Noblesville, Indiana. Anyone here from there? Not yelling out Chicago, right, or LA. Driss Simmons is the vice president of oncology at AbbVie. AbbVie is a $54 billion top 5 biopharmaceutical company globally, which Driss has held several senior level executive roles spanning across several large therapeutic and consumer sectors, including immunology, aesthetics, and most recently, oncology. She is a recognized leader for leading large-scale matrix commercial P&L businesses to top-tier performance focused on demand generation, customer focus, and building diverse, high-performing teams. Growing up on a farm as one of the only Black girls in Noblesville is where she first learned the importance of building community, of bridging divides, and planting seeds for long-term growth. She knows what it feels like to feel left out or not belong. So she works tirelessly to create a space where no one ever feels that way. Please welcome Driss Simmons to the stage.
Thank you so much. This is, like so many people have said, such a special moment. It has been such a special 48 hours. And mainly because I came from a woman who grew up in Mobile, Alabama, a chemist. And she was a chemist because my grandfather, who she never met, died 2 days before she was born. And that is where my passion for healthcare has come from, this chemist who raised me in healthcare. And I'm not the only one. Reggie and I shared a story about a family member that he loved dying too soon. And I never realized the stories my mother told me. My grandfather died of pneumonia. And I remember thinking when I was young, why would someone die of pneumonia? And why did he not go to the doctor? Why did he not trust a doctor to care for him? And because of that, my grandmother grew up with 3 children as a single mother, and she was a maid. So you can imagine this health disparity for my family started our family off behind. And so the fact that my mother became a chemist and introduced me to healthcare, that's where my passion has come from. But it's not all doom and gloom. I've had a chance to think about this over the last 48 hours. I'm excited about really 3 things. Number 1, we have to push for a brighter future. We have to acknowledge the challenges of our past, and we also have to celebrate where we are today. And if I think about a brighter future, we have to push for a day when people like us, we're in clinical trials, not at 1 to 2%, but at 12 to 15%, our population percentage. We have to push for treatments that are targeted for us. If we think about what's happening in treatments today, we will be left behind. We have to push for education. And while all of us here are highly educated, my grandfather was not, my grandmother was not, and we have to have education that is for all. And we have to do that by acknowledging what happened in the past. No more grandmothers, no more grandfathers, no more loved ones that you probably all can think of should be left behind because of a health disparity. And we have to celebrate. We have to celebrate Reggie and what he's doing, all the other honorees for what you're doing. I celebrate you. In fact, I'm one of your 20 million followers. In fact, now I know through blackdoctor.org that you should spend 3 minutes meditating before you get out of bed. It works. I also know that while I love bourbon, gin's better for us. I also am proud to work at AbbVie, where I've been for 10 years, where we are committed through programs like an Admire program that our Chief Equity Officer, who is here with me tonight, Asil, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for what you're doing. Most of all, I'm confident in our friendship and our partnership that you are the leader that will lead us to advancing diversity that matters and inclusion and diversity in our clinical trials. We'll have better representation, not only in our Black patients, but we will have that representation in our Black investors. I'm also thankful to have our president, our senior vice president of oncology here with me tonight, my boss, Eric, who's here, where he regularly talks about in oncology, where we are exponentially in multiple myeloma, we are affected more as Black people. And he is leading a charge right now for a treatment for us. Thank you, Eric, for being here. It means a lot to me for what you do every day, not only for me, but also for what you will do for our community. I'm also celebrate the next generation of leaders. Many of them are sitting at the table tonight. We count on you to push for the future, to acknowledge the past, and continue to celebrate. I want to also thank my wife, not because everybody else did, but I want to thank her for a different reason. Let me tell you what, she doesn't care if I'm up here being honored or not. She will hold me accountable and on a regular basis reminds me that it's not about revenue and margin. It is about patience. Thank you for holding me accountable. The last thing I would say is if you're a patient and you're listening tonight, and all of us are, keep pushing for the right treatments that are for us. If you were a business leader, reach down where our ancestors have taught us the courage to continue to hold our companies accountable, not only to do what's right for Black patients because regulatory bodies ask us to do it, but let's push our organizations to do it because that is what revenue and margin mean. We're 12% of the population. The future is us. And last, if you're here to support this organization, let's continue to support this organization. What Reggie and the team are doing here are powerful. Reggie, you said you had one goal, to shine the light on us. We shine the light back on you. Thank you.
All right. Our next honoree is Charles D. Chuck Henderson, the Chief Executive Officer of the American Diabetes Association. Chuck joined the ADA in January of 2020 after spending 24 plus years in for-profit sectors and volunteering in the non-profit sector. Philanthropy and sales fundraising is threaded through the fabric of his DNA. Chuck comes to the ADA from the Champion Life Safety Solutions, where he was CEO and president. Before that, he was a field sales executive running multi-billion-dollar territories across the country for Dell Healthcare, Common Ground Marketing, including executive special events in the field, and Viacom. He is passionate about spending the balance of his career in a space that will make a significant impact on the lives of millions across the country. Chuck is skilled in building trusted and collegial working relationships, relationship selling, fundraising, driving productivity, and leading and supporting change management initiatives. Please welcome Chuck Henderson to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. I do have a bone to pick with Reggie first. I saw my picture number 1, so I thought I was going to go first, and that's because there's a lot of brilliant people in the room. So I'm extremely humble to be here. There are a lot of PhDs, there are a lot of researchers, a lot of physicians. You guys graduated summa, cum, magna. I graduated, thank you, Lottie. So I just, so I'm extremely humble to be here. But, first I want to thank God. Also want to, thank my wife and my daughter who turned 16 last week, because they sacrificed a lot for me to be able to do what I do. I'm gone every week. I'm in a plane every single week. And so I do miss, some of the moments, but they know, that I'm built for this work. And so again, very, very appreciative of Reggie. Again, it is with great, deep gratitude and great humility that I stand before you today to accept the Top Blacks in Healthcare Award from blackdoctor.org. First, I must extend my heartfelt thanks to Reggie Ware, the founder and CEO of this remarkable organization. Reggie, your vision and dedication have not only given us a platform to shine, but have also fostered a community where excellence and diversity are celebrated. I also want to thank everyone on Team ADA that's here. I also want to thank our Genentech partner, Jackie Ingram. I want to thank my Chief of Staff, Ellie Wu, and a classmate of mine, Dana Mendenhall, who's here, and so she knows all my darkest secrets. So I was a dumb jock in college, but thank you, Dana, for being here. Dana's extremely talented, Senior Vice President of Global Marketing for Takeda. So thank you for being here. And to my fellow awardees, I'm truly honored to be recognized alongside such exceptional individuals. Your achievements and commitment inspire me, and it is a privilege to share this moment with all of you. As we gather here to celebrate these accomplishments, I'm also reminded of the broader aspirations that unite us. And in an ideal world, awards would not be defined by race or by background, but solely by one's skill, innovation, and leadership. And one day I dream of a future where our professional achievements are recognized universally, transcending all boundaries. Until that day comes, though, let us continue to support and uplift each other, to advocate for inclusivity in every facet of healthcare, and to lead by example, showing that diversity enriches our field and enhances the quality of care we provide. So again, thank you to blackdoctor.org and to everyone here tonight. Your support not only honors me, but also fuels my commitment to transforming healthcare and making a lasting positive impact on everyone impacted by diabetes. Thank you.
Now, before we go on to our next honoree, we have to give some recognition to our sponsors, our collaborators, our partners who value equity in healthcare like blackdoctor.org does. First, let's hear from our presenting sponsor, Amgen, with a short video.
To discover what is not yet known, we pursue new ways to do science, new methods, tools, and platforms. We analyze the vastness of human and genetic data to gain new insights into disease and treatment. We look for ways to drug the undruggable, to tackle the most intractable diseases. We bring the best of biotechnology to enable new science by discovering and developing new ways to target disease. We use artificial intelligence and machine learning to engineer precision medicines and move science faster than ever before. We invite diversity to have the broadest perspective on the most urgent patient challenges. In our people, we find our greatest inspirations, our motivation, and our mission to serve patients. At Amgen, we discover what is not yet known to fight the world's toughest diseases. Amgen. For every patient, a solution.
All right. Thank you, Amgen. Also, let's recognize our other partners who made this possible. Our platinum sponsors, Merck. And special thank you to our other sponsor,
Sciences.
oh, I messed it up. Gilead. Novo Nordisk. AbbVie. Raven Martin. Trinity Health. Blueprint Medicines. And Association of Black Cardiologists. All right, let's get back to our outstanding honorees. Our next dynamic honoree is not only the EVP, Chief Marketing, Communications, and Customer Experience Officer of Trinity Health, but she is also an inspirational book author. So check out our new book. It's called Recipes for Joyous Living. Sounds good to me. As part of a $21 billion Catholic healthcare delivery system in the U.S., Julie Spencer Washington is the strategic leader of marketing communications, customer experience, and philanthropy. She's a seasoned leader, bringing experience and results in strategic marketing, brand building, demand creation, stakeholder engagement, and developing high-performing teams. Her focus is on driving digital transformation and partnering to improve the care experience to be more integrated, inclusive, and customer-centric. Prior to joining Trinity Health, she served as Chief Marketing Officer for Champion Pet Foods, Chief Marketing and Innovation Officer for Jamba Juice, and was a marketing leader at Procter & Gamble, Nestle Purina, and Luxottica Retail. Some of her accomplishments include selection as Becker's Healthcare Organization Outstanding Health System Customer Experience Officer, and Savoy Magazine's Top 100 Most Influential Blacks in Corporate America for 2022 and 2020. Please, round of applause as we welcome Julie Spencer to the stage. Julie Spencer Washington.
Good evening. To Reggie and to BDO, I say thank you. Saint Francis of Assisi once said, "Start by doing what is necessary, then do what is possible, and suddenly you'll realize that you're doing what's impossible." As you heard from my bio, I didn't start in healthcare. I actually spent the majority of my time in CPG and retail. So tonight is extra special because it's full circle. I attended Emory University and I was pre-med, and so I thought I was going to be a pediatrician, and I went a different direction, but it's now all the way back around that I have the privilege and the honor of serving at Trinity Health, which is one of the US largest nonprofit Catholic healthcare centers. And so tonight, it's not just a reflection of my journey, but it is a reflection of the 122,000 colleagues that I have the privilege and honor to serve with and represent their dedication and their collective spirit to be a transforming and healing presence in our communities. For we serve in 27 states, and we definitely are there to achieve our goal of ensuring that those who are vulnerable, those who are experiencing poverty, those who do not have a voice, those who are Black and brown people, those who find themselves on the margins of life, that we therefore ensure that we are their partners in healthcare. We are dedicated and committed to addressing the health disparities that we see in the communities that we serve. And so, yes, I lead a lot of things. My mom says lazy people are not in our family. So I do lead marketing and communications. And yes, I have the privilege of leading patient experience. And most recently, I was asked then to lead philanthropy. All of that to say, I do understand to do what is needed, to then do what then is possible, because I know that all things are possible through him who giveth me the strength to do the work that I've been assigned. So my story is supported by none other than the Father. But I love that I have a mama that helped me understand healthcare, for she's a 4-time cancer survivor. My mother was in 1976 diagnosed with breast cancer. She might be one of the longest living cancer survivors of any ethnicity or race. And what she taught me was early detection matters, and that you must advocate for yourself and for others. So today I stand as an advocate in the gap in healthcare in the Catholic system I serve, making sure that our people are seen and are heard. And so it's with great honor and privilege that I stand here tonight to say yes to an award and a recognition that isn't just for me, but represents so many. So thank you, Reggie. Thank you, BDO, for this opportunity tonight. God bless each and every one of you.
Our next honoree has made a lifelong commitment to academic and professional excellence. James E.K. Hildreth Sr., PhD, MD, was named chairman of the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences Board of Trustees in 2019. As president and CEO of Meharry Medical College in Nashville, Tennessee, since 2015, he leads the nation's largest private, historically Black academic health sciences center. Hildreth holds an MD from Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, a PhD from Oxford University, and a BA from Harvard University. Most people don't know this. I went to Harvard to speak once. I was just a guest. Yeah, my brain wouldn't get me in there. He was a Rhodes Scholar, a world-class infectious disease expert. Hildreth's ability to explain complex science to laypersons made him a national figure during the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2020, he was appointed to the FDA Vaccines and Related Biological Products Advisory Committee. And in 2021, he was named to President Joe Biden's Health Equity Task Force. Hildreth spent 23 years at Johns Hopkins School of Medicine as student, postdoc, professor, and associate dean, and served as dean of the College of Biological Sciences at the University of California, Davis. His HIV research resulted in 11 patents and international recognition for several key discoveries. Hildreth was elected to the National Academy of Medicine and has received numerous awards and recognition for his accomplishments, leadership, and service. Give it up for James E.K. Hildreth Sr.
Reggie's team told me I had 2 minutes, but I'm a Baptist and it takes us 3 minutes just to clear our throats. Just for the record. So I just want to thank the blackdoctors.org for this distinct honor tonight. But I do want to accept it on the amazing organization that I lead, Meharry Medical College, which for 148 years has turned out some of the best physicians, dentists, PhD scientists in the world. And for our 7,000 alums, the Meharry diaspora spread all over the world, accepted for them. And I also want to acknowledge one of my mentors from a long, long time ago, Dr. Levi Watkins Jr. Dr. Watkins, yes. I should tell one story. When I was an undergraduate at Harvard, the senior residents at the medical schools were pre-med advisors. So my advisor was a lovely white fellow from St. Louis, Missouri, David Moskowitz. And David asked me to make a list of the medical schools I was going to apply to. We're going to talk about it. I made my list: Johns Hopkins, Harvard, Stanford, Yale, da, 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 da. I take my list to David. He takes out a pen and without saying a word, he crosses out Johns Hopkins. And he saw this look on my face. He says, "Oh, James, don't worry about it. You're a great student. You're going to get into medical school, but not Johns Hopkins." I said, "What are you talking about? Johns Hopkins does not take Black students." He was right. They had not taken a Black student, one student in 10 years. But they made a mistake at Johns Hopkins. They put Levi Watkins Jr. on the admissions committee. And Levi started asking questions. He asked Norm Anderson, "Norm, why don't we take Black students?" And Norm said, "Well, we love to, but we can't find any." I don't know how Levi did it, but he got the names of all the Black students in the country who scored in the top 5% of the MCATs. And I got this letter in the mail, beautiful golden envelope, Baltimore, Maryland, Department of Cardiac Surgery. I'm all excited. I open it. "Dear James, congratulations on your amazing success as a student. We'd love to have you as a student at Johns Hopkins." Signed, Levi Watkins Jr., Associate Professor of Cardiac Surgery. My point is, in the fall of 1979, 14 Black students matriculated at Johns Hopkins. Can you imagine the impact of 14 students in the class of 120? But my point is, Levi taught us we have to challenge the assumptions. You cannot accept the assumptions that people make about us and our organizations. So at Meharry Medical College, that's what we do. We challenge the assumption that we're lesser than, that our research is inferior to, that the students we train are lesser than. One of the stories I love is that every year we take students to get rejected by Stanford, Harvard, Johns Hopkins, all of those places. 4 years later, what's happened? They get recruited to those same places as residents. Well, hello. Oh, y'all not gonna work with me tonight, but that's all right. I'm gonna tell it anyhow. But I'm so excited, and I always get so filled when I'm in a room of folks like yourselves who are out in the battlefield like we are. And I've heard so many things today that I'm on fire actually. Hearing the wonderful stories, the things that are happening around the country just gets me motivated to keep working hard. So I want to thank all of you for what you do, but please know there's a little place in Nashville, Tennessee that we're trying to hold up our corner. And we're going to keep holding up our corner. Thank you so much, Reggie. Appreciate you.
All right, keep it down over there. Dr. Darnell M. Gray is our next esteemed honoree. He grew up in Baltimore, right up the road, and he is the president and CEO of WellPoint, Maryland, one of the largest Medicaid managed care organizations in Maryland and wholly owned subsidiary of Elevance Health. In this role, Dr. Gray works to ensure WellPoint's over 300,000 members have access to high-quality care and achieve equitable whole health outcomes through partnerships with a network of more than 30,000 care providers, community-based organizations, and other stakeholders across the healthcare ecosystem. Dr. Gray previously served as the inaugural Chief Health Equity Officer of Elevance Health. He has successfully led the execution of the enterprise's first comprehensive strategies to advance health equity, addressing physical, behavioral, social, and pharmacy needs across Elevance Health's tens of millions of members, provider networks, and respective communities. Notably, his efforts led to Elevance Health attaining the full 3-year National Committee for Quality Assurance Health Equity accreditation for 22 of their medical health plans in 2022 and Health Equity Plus accreditation in 2023, including WellPoint, Maryland, and Industry First. Prior to joining Elevance, Dr. Gray was an associate professor of medicine at The Ohio State. I was told to say it like that too, The Ohio State, which hurts me. I'm from Michigan. From The Ohio State University, where he served as a practicing gastroenterologist and medical director of healthy communications for The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, as well as deputy director of the Center of Cancer Health Equity at The Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center. Notably, he co-led Ohio State's health equity response to COVID-19 and co-designed the health enterprise's first anti-racism action plan. Dr. Gray is co-founder of the Association of Black Gastroenterologists and Hepatologists and a member of the founding advisory board for Meharry School of Global Health. Please welcome to the stage, Dr. Darnell M. Gray.
Good evening, and first, Reggie, have to thank you for such a tremendous honor. You know, one of my Morehouse brothers, Sean King, once said, "Do the thing that makes you come alive to impact the issues that break your heart. Do the thing that makes you come alive to impact the issues that break your heart." And you and BDO are definitely doing that. That's evident in the body of work and the impact that you are having. So thank you. If you would have asked me decades ago when I was a little boy who was looking up to his father, an internal medicine physician in inner city Baltimore, wanting to be just like him. If you'd asked me as a little boy who was also looking up to his mother, elementary school teacher in Baltimore City, wanting to be just like her. If one day I would be standing on a platform in front of luminaries across the health ecosystem, including people who are not in the program, such as friends like Dr. Jessica Nash, friends like Dr. Joshua Joseph. If you'd have asked me that, I don't know if I would have said yes or no. I would think I would be in front of this, but I'm confident of one thing. I would have said likely what my mother instilled in me as a young boy. She would say, "Well, Daryl, what God has for you is for you." And what God placed in me is purpose. And my purpose, I believe, I know, is to architect systems and spaces and practices through which people can achieve their optimal health so that they can fulfill and maximize the calling on their lives. And that's what I get to do at WellPoint, and I'm eternally grateful. But you know the other amazing and extraordinary thing that God did? He provided me a helpmate in my wife. Absolutely. Absolutely incredible in her own right. But she creates the space for me to be a husband, for me to be a father to our 4 children, for me to be a physician, a leader, and to do so effectively, it's because of her that I'm also standing here. So I thank you, Reggie. I thank you, BDO. I thank you for the community and my friends and all of you for being here. But also, in the words of philosopher and scholar Sean Carter, also known as Jay-Z, I thank you, God, for giving me the hottest chick in the game who's wearing my chain. Thank you.
That's a Jay-Z mic drop moment there, boy. Woo! I love that. With health equality and community service being at the core of his illustrious career, Dr. Richard Allen Williams deserves to be honored tonight. He is the founder, president of the Minority Health Institute, 117th president of the National Medical Association, and founder of the Association of Black Cardiologists, and is a cum laude honors graduate at Harvard University. Presently, he is clinical professor of medicine at the UCLA School of Medicine and was the first African American to achieve that status in the UCLA Department of Medicine. He also received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Harvard Medical School. In addition, he was privileged to present a scientific paper at the Oxford Round Table. Dr. Williams has a legacy of community service, including serving on the CDU Board of Directors, the American Heart Association, the Advisory Board of the Community Health Councils, and the California Jazz Foundation. He has also shown his philanthropic side by participation in national medical fellowships and by establishing 3 separate scholarship funds in his name to benefit African American medical students across the country. Unfortunately, Dr. Williams was unable to attend tonight, so Reggie Ware is going to accept this award for him.
I just want to say that Dr. Williams had heart surgery yesterday. So our prayers are with him because he's a great, great, great man. So thank you.
Right. Our next honoree, Howard Reed, is the global head, global health equity at Johnson & Johnson. With over 20 years of experience in the pharmaceutical industry, he is a visionary leader with broad global experience and a passion for eliminating health inequities, aligned with J&J's mission to profoundly impact health for humanity. In his current role, he leads company-wide efforts to advance equitable access to quality care, especially in resource-limited settings and in communities that have been historically marginalized. He leverages the full capabilities and resources of J&J to close the gap between communities and care by championing a thriving health workforce and enabling human-centered, culturally conscious care. Also serving as president of the Johnson & Johnson Foundation, Howard guides the company's global philanthropic efforts, including public-private collaborations to support resilient community-based health systems and investing in companies and entrepreneurs innovating to improve health equity around the world. Please give it up for Howard Reed.
All right. So this has been an incredible night. This has absolutely filled my cup. The relationships, the networking, the stories, hearing Dr. Ted Love tell that incredible story has actually filled my cup. I'm grateful to BDO. Thank you for this incredible honor. Reggie, thank you for putting on this event. It's been absolutely amazing. Over the past couple of days, I've been thinking about what actually got me into healthcare. And I reflected on my mom, who was a community health nurse in Rochester, New York, going door to door to serve her community. And oftentimes she'd come home and around the dinner table, she would tell the stories of how people were suffering, of how people didn't have access, of how there was no trust. And what's ironic is today, around my dinner table with my wife and my 2 kids, we're sharing those same stories. It's been over 40 years, and those stories haven't changed. So when I reflect on why I got into healthcare, it's because of my mom. When I think about why I stay in healthcare, it's because of my 10-year-old daughter, Emery, my 8-year-old son, Hudson, and all the Black and brown babies around this country that need us. It's also one of the main reasons I'm so proud to work for Johnson & Johnson. Right now, we're supporting over 100 community-based organizations around the country with education, with resilience training, with scholarships to support representation with healthcare professionals. But what's clear to me in this role is that J&J or any of our companies cannot do it alone. We have to come together. If not us, then who? No one else is coming. It has to be us. So with that, what I'll say just in closing, the work is hard. One of my key mentors always tells me, keep going, keep going, keep going. So with that, I'll thank BDO. This is an incredible honor. Hope everybody has a great night.
Don't you know? All right. Advil, Sensodyne, Tums, and Centrum are all household names and part of the. They changed the word on me. Helion? What's it? It was different when I just. How do you? Is it Haleon? Is that right? Okay, so it is right on the prompter. Okay. Helion brand, which is managed by our next honoree. Katie Williams is the U.S. Chief Marketing Officer at Helion. In this role, she works to shape the future of consumer experiences with her iconic portfolio of Helion brands. She is a leader in CPG marketing with extensive experience and proven success in delivering growth, creative courage, digital transformation, and employee development. She is best known for a relentless focus on equity and inclusion as a critical pathway for business and brand growth. Launching healthcare inclusivity programs like the Advil Pain Equity Project and Theraflu's Rest and Recover program. Katie joined Haleon in 2020 with 20 plus years of CPG experience at companies like Procter & Gamble, where she started her career in R&D, Kraft Foods, and most recently, Mondelez International, where Katie was charged with modernizing the brand and consumer engagement approach across the North America portfolio as the VP of Marketing Transformation. Katie currently serves as an executive board member for the Personal Care Product Council and is the vice president of Haleon's Political Action Committee Board. She was the 2023 Path to Purchase Institute's Executive of the Year, award recipient, and PR Weeks 2022. PR Weeks 2022, Purpose-Driven Marketer of the Year. Please give, boy, I blew this one. Please give a warm welcome to Katie Williams.
"15 years ago at 3 a.m. in the morning, I experienced the most excruciating pain in my life. My wonderful husband, who's home tonight after watching our boys in their final band concert, took me to the hospital, and we experienced an incredibly challenging evening where we were accused of drug seeking. 3 years ago, I got a call from the CEO of now Haleon asking me to come and join their organization as the Chief Marketing Officer, an organization that was focused on delivering better everyday health with humanity and had a brand portfolio that most marketers would be incredibly honored to care for. I am now the Chief Marketing Officer of a $5 billion consumer health company portfolio. And 1 year ago, I was able to launch the TheraFlu Rest and Recover program, which focuses on advocating for paid sick leave for 28 million Americans who currently do not have access to it. And 6 months ago, we were able to launch the Advil Equity Pain, the Pain Equity Program, in partnership with Morehouse School of Medicine to educate doctors and students around the world to help them understand how to ensure that when they have a woman come to their emergency room at 3 a.m. in the morning, they're not treated like I was. So I'm here today because I turned my pain into progress. I appreciate and am so honored for you all to sit here tonight after a very long night to help me and the other honorees express their gratitude for the recognition that we are receiving tonight. And I want to thank you for all that you do. And I know that every day you guys are working, as I am, to ensure that the pain we have felt, our grandmothers have felt, our grandfathers have felt, our children may still feel, will be something that we can do something about in the future with the platforms that we have today. Thank you very much.
Women's health and addressing the disparities that affect them has been fundamental to Dr. Yolanda Lawson's career. A board-certified obstetrician gynecologist who is the founder of Madewell OBGYN in Dallas, Texas, an associate attending at Baylor University Medical Center, and the 124th president of the National Medical Association. She is the medical director of Abounding Prosperity, a community-based organization that addresses HIV disparities in target Black communities. Dr. Lawson is also principal investigator of one of the 21 sites for the Ebony Study, which is investigating Black women interested in reducing HIV by using PrEP. Her leadership extends to councils and communities, including as the chair of the Council of Concerns of Women Physicians. Dr. Lawson brings her formidable strategic thinking to the nonprofit sector by contributing to several boards and communities, including Baylor Scott and White. Health and Wellness Center, Uptown Dallas Incorporated. Dr. Lawson has served on multiple advisory boards and speaker bureaus, including Gilead Sciences, you know I won't be able to sleep tonight because of this one word. Anyway, Merck, Teva, Viv Healthcare, and AbbVie. Her expertise is sought after, having made her an expert guest on many forums discussing health equity disparities and maternal health. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Yolanda Lawson.
When someone comes to save you, let them save you. Please remember that. Good evening, everyone. So good to see you all. We are almost there. Thank you so much. I am so honored and humbled to accept this prestigious award from blackdoctor.org. To stand amongst such esteemed honorees is truly a privilege beyond words for me. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to blackdoctor.org and the team for putting together this amazing event. We have to celebrate them. We absolutely do. And your dedication to highlighting and celebrating the contributions of Black healthcare professionals is not only commendable, but essential in promoting diversity and inclusivity in medicine when that's being attacked in this day and age. So I really do thank you for that. I also want to congratulate the other awardees and extend my appreciation to my colleagues, mentors, support friends, sorors, all of that who have stood by me through my healthcare journey. This award is a testament to the collective efforts of all of us who have worked tirelessly to advance healthcare equity and access for marginalized communities. It serves as a reminder of the challenges we have overcome, the progress we continue to make in breaking down barriers and creating a more equitable healthcare system. So tonight, let us celebrate how far we've come, but also not forget the ongoing disparities in healthcare and why we do this work. So advocating for health equity, addressing social divisions in health, and dismantling systemic barriers that disproportionately affect Black and underserved communities is our challenge, but it's also our calling. So together, let's seize the moment. Let's recommit ourselves to making sure that every individual, regardless of race, their background, their gender, has access to quality healthcare. And so thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
As a board certified physician with over 25 years of experience in healthcare, our next honoree didn't take the traditional route there. She worked in the U.S. House of Representatives as a legislative assistant, where she co-developed and researched legislative issues, drafted congressional position summaries, managed and tracked constituent advocacy initiatives, solidifying interest in health policy, particularly women's health and minority health, before embarking on a career in medicine. Dr. Rose Blackburn is now the Vice President and Global Head of General Medicine and Women's Health for the PPD clinical research business of Thermo Fisher Scientific. In her role, she has strategic input and oversight for a portfolio of pharmaceutical and medical device product development opportunities across therapeutic areas, including women's health, gastroenterology, nephrology. Did I say that right? Huh? My wife always tells me, you ain't no rocket science. I'm no doctor either. Okay. She's dermatology, urology, cardiovascular, and metabolic diseases. Dr. Blackburn is a globally recognized leader in product development and has been instrumental in numerous approvals for pharmaceuticals, vaccines, medical devices, and diagnostic tests. Dr. Blackburn has served as industry representative alternate to the FDA Patient Engagement Advisory Committee since 2016 to provide advice on issues relating to the regulation of medical devices and their use by patients and develop agency and policies. She has a passion for health equity and women's health policies and leads numerous initiatives focused on improving inclusion of underrepresented populations in clinical trials, and is a thought leader in strategies to increase the participation and engagement of diverse populations in clinical trials. Dr. Blackburn, please join us on stage. Dr. Blackburn.
Good evening. Thank you, Reggie Ware and blackdoctor.org for this just deeply appreciated honor. And thank you for everything that you all do to promote health and wellness in the Black community with the goal of improving health outcomes and health equity. I'd also like to thank my husband, who is here with me tonight, Michael Covington, my ride or die. We had a pandemic wedding, so we're still kind of newlyweds. It's all good. And congratulations to my fellow honorees. I'm just humbled to be recognized with this extraordinary group of leaders, many of whom are friends and colleagues. Across today's inspiring events and passionate discussions, the word trust was a key theme. We must build trust with patients so that they have confidence to seek care and to believe in medical treatments that are already available. We must build trust with community physicians so that they are confident in discussing clinical research with their patients. These physicians must build trust with their patients to encourage them to participate in clinical trials and to understand that it's not only an opportunity to serve the greater good by helping to develop life-changing medicines, clinical trials are also an opportunity to receive enhanced care and access to cutting-edge therapies. And all of that takes trust. We must also build trust with Gen Z and Gen Alpha so that they see STEM careers and STEM majors as a viable and rewarding career path. We must trust them with our future and ensure a strong pipeline of physicians, scientists, and healthcare professionals that will provide care and develop cures for future generations. Speaking personally, trust is one reason that I'm here tonight. My parents, who were with us last night at the reception, are professionals and very involved in civil rights and community service. So when they encouraged me to pursue a career in medicine, I trusted their wise counsel. They supported and encouraged me when I doubted myself. And then when I received my medical degree from the Morehouse School of Medicine, I became the first physician in my family. So over the years, I've learned to trust my instincts. Trusting my instincts have led to career in medicine as an OBGYN physician. And in my practice, I was a principal investigator for women's health clinical trials. So I understand the challenges that physicians, patients, and sites face in participating in research. I trusted my parents again when they encouraged me to leverage my unique background in medicine, women's health policy, and civil rights to bring that focus to PPD, which is now part of Thermo Fisher Scientific, to work on initiatives to increase diversity in clinical research. Because the business trusted my recommendations, we have built an end-to-end clinical research offering focused on making clinical trials accessible for all patients. And we are committed to health equity and to increasing diversity in clinical trials to ensure new medicines are safe and effective for everyone. Thermo Fisher is also committed to developing the talent pipeline. So we support STEM education and STEM careers for diverse students. We have ongoing partnerships not only with HBCUs and HBCU medical schools, but also with Black students at the kindergarten through 12th grade level through a variety of collaborative and community-based partnerships. As a company, we know this is good business, good science, and just the right thing to do. Thank you again, Reggie, blackdoctors.org, and all the incredible people that are here tonight. And trust me when I tell you, this means a lot to me. Thank you.
right, our next honoree is Dr. David M. Carlisle, who has been president and chief executive officer of Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science in the Watts Willowbrook area of Los Angeles County since 2011. Dr. Carlisle is a published author in health policy, quality of care, medical education, diversity, and eliminating health disparities. A board-certified internal medicine specialist, President Carlisle received his BA from Wesleyan University, his MD from Brown University, and his MPH. These letters I haven't even heard of. I just know DJ. That's the only degree I got, a DJ. Boy, MPH and PhD in health services from the UCLA Fielding School of Public Health. President Carlisle served as director of the Office of Statewide Health Planning and Development for 11 years, from 2000 to 2011, under 3 governors. Under his leadership, OSHPD released its first ever health disparities report and increased scholarship and loan repayment opportunities for health providers committed to practice in underrepresented, under-resourced, and underserved communities. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. David M. Carlisle.
Well, good evening, everyone. I just want to say thank you to blackdoctors.org. Reggie, thank you very much for this honor. Everyone else, congratulations to all the other honorees. This has been a wonderful evening. You know, when people ask me, what do? I say my role is an enabler. Because even though this award is being given to me directly, it's really a reflection of everyone else at Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science. You know, we are a historically Black institution, the only one federally recognized west of the state of Texas, the only historically Black medical school west of the Mississippi River, created in 1966 in response to the Watts Uprising of 1965. We're a purpose-driven institution whose vision is excellent health and wellness for all in a world without health disparities. So my role is to make everyone else at CDU as successful as possible. I just want to share a couple of factoids with you to show you how we're doing. Our Mervyn M. Dimely College of Nursing is one of the biggest schools of nursing in the entire state of California with 6 degree programs. Founded just 10 years ago with over 500 students. But that's just the beginning of CDU. Our College of Science and Health houses a PA program, physician assistant program, that every year receives over 3,500 applications for just 26 slots. It also houses the #1 ranked master's degree program in biomedical sciences in the entire country. But I really want to tell you about something that has just happened recently at CDU. And just remember the number 157, because CDU is the home of the 157th medical school in the United States. We opened just a year ago. Now, our first year class consisted of 60 medical students, 34 of whom are African American. When we matriculated those 34 Black medical students, we increased the number of African American medical students in the state of California from, at that time, 160 across then 12 medical schools to over 180 today. You'll do the math. One medical school all by itself increased African American enrollment in California medical schools by approximately 20%. That is our medical school. Because I'm so proud of those students, I will also say that 2/3 of them received Pell Grants in college. That means that they were very under-resourced when they were college students, very different from your typical medical student. Half of them are firsties, the first members of their families to go to college. This basically says that CDU is fulfilling the dream that it was created on 58 years ago. And we're continuing to do so as we move forward into the 21st century. I want to thank everyone who's been an ally of ours. I know one of our recipients, Dr. Richard Allen Williams, couldn't be here tonight. He's been a staunch supporter of our schools, and mine personally was a mentor of mine when I was a resident. I want to recognize, of course, my wife, my son, my daughter, and new grandson for their support as well. And I just want to thank everyone in the city of Los Angeles, the county of Los Angeles, and the state of California for making Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science what it is today. Reggie, thank you very much for this award. Thank you. Thank you.
Our last honoree for the evening is the Chief Marketing Officer of Merck. In this role, he is responsible for leading the development and implementation of the company's long-term strategy for the human health portfolio spanning oncology, vaccines, pharmaceutical, and pipeline products. Prior to this, Shurfi Jendo was Executive Vice President and Head of Global Product Strategy and Commercialization for Biogen. Before joining Biogen, Shurfi spent more than 25 years with Merck in positions of increasing responsibility in finance, sales, commercial, and marketing. During his time with Merck, he led global marketing for Merck's HIV portfolio and also led the company's human health business in Canada, the Netherlands, and South Africa. Shurfi has been recognized for developing strong talent and forging innovative public-private partnerships that expand access to Merck medicines while elevating the profile of Merck as a patient-focused company. Shurfi is a graduate of École Centrale de Paris in France with a degree in engineering and has a master's of business administration from New York University's Stern School of Business. Unfortunately, Shurfi couldn't be here tonight, but he sent this video in his place.
Good evening, everyone. While I regret that I cannot be there in person tonight, please know that I'm humbled and honored to join the ranks of Black leaders who are working towards a healthier world for all. At Merck, we embed diversity and inclusion in everything we do, from designing diverse clinical trials to driving equitable access to medicines and vaccines, to partnering with the organizations who are making an impact on their local communities, and more. We also recognize the need to close the opportunity gap. We need diverse perspectives to advocate for the patients we serve. Our company is taking a skills-first approach to jobs that do not require a college degree, and working closely with communities of color and HBCUs to recruit diverse talent. In fact, I'm currently in Greensboro to celebrate the opening of a new state-of-the-art biotech training center at North Carolina A&T. This collaboration between Merck and North Carolina A&T will enhance academic programming for students pursuing biotech careers at the largest HBCU in the country. Thank you to blackdoctor.org for this award. Let's all work together for a brighter future for the next generation of top Blacks in healthcare. Thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations to all of our. Well, Reggie has a word first.
I just want to announce that I am personally taking Shurfi's award to him next week, I believe.
Oh, all right. Okay. Anyway, I want to thank you all. This has been incredible. A big round of applause for everybody. You know, thank you so much. Congratulations to everyone, all our honorees tonight. I got to tell you, I've had a great time. I've done this for, I think, 7 or 8 years and have a great time every year. And just, I'm always shocked that they invite me back. But, you know, because I make so many mistakes. But it's been great, though. I've really enjoyed it. So thank you for coming. We want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our sponsors once more, whose support has been made, who has made Top Blacks in Healthcare 2024. and the recognition of our honorees possible. So our presenting sponsor, Amgen. Our platinum sponsor, Merck. And then, of course, we have Johnny Gilead Services. Johnny Gill. That's the way I can read. You got to put some music behind it. Johnny Gilead. So, Novo Nordisk, AbbVie, Rabin Martin, Trinity Health, Blueprint Medicines, and the Association of Black Cardiologists. Thank you all for making this possible. Appreciate you. So again, a big thank you to everyone for coming out tonight. You know, this has been a very special night. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. God bless you. Have safe travels home or upstairs if you're staying here, whatever. So thank you again for coming out. God bless you.